Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth with t0inky TV again, and I'm here to do a recap reaction video to Bride of the Century episode number 4. And I'm finally caught up with all my K-dramas and doing a little bit of recap for everything. So in this episode, we see Durim and her best friend from back in the day go through something together. Her best friend is having some problems with money, and I guess what happened is the best friend, she tried moving into the city. She said, you know, she's been scrimping, saving. She hasn't done anything that anybody, you know, like spending money on anything. She eats gimbap when other people are having nice meals at fancy restaurants, and she doesn't go see movies, she doesn't do anything, and yet she was still having problems finding a place to stay. So she borrowed a little bit of money so that she could put a down payment to a very small place that she's living in. And even with that little amount, the expenses grew exponentially, and now she has gangsters after her. So in a moment of weakness, she decides to take a ring from Lee Hong-gi's possession. So it was a very fancy ring. She was giving it to the gangster guys, and so things just got really bad really fast because Lee Hong-gi accused his secretary of taking it, and the secretary, he actually punches him. The guy goes to jail. Durim is trying to figure out what happened. She figures out it was her best friend because she was in need of money, and so then Durim actually takes the fall for it, and in the process she gets captured in film, like replacing the ring from Rumi. Rumi is the frenemy who's also after Lee Hong-gi and is just out to get Durim every other way. And actually, Durim is not even the real fiance. The real fiance is hiding away in some part of Seoul, because we find out that the first wife who marries the first son of this family is cursed. So, but the thing is the thing is that Lee Hong-gi may not really be the real son of the rich parents, and so I don't really know how that works in. You guys might tell me, how is Lee Hong-gi not really the son of these people who are the rich parents? But regardless of that fact, the first wife is pretty much set up to disappear or die within the first night of marriage. And so the mom knows this, and so she has this whole talk with Rumi saying, you just have to wait a little bit, don't be so selfish and eager, if you just wait a little bit, your turn will come up eventually. So basically, without having to say it explicitly, she's telling Rumi, why don't you just wait a little bit, because the first wife is going to die anyways, and then you could take her place, and I really want you to marry my son Lee Hong-gi because you're the daughter that I want, but let's sacrifice this first girl first. And oh gosh, I don't know why my nose is itchy. So I'm not sure, the mom is just kind of a little bit just not a nice feeling character, because that's what happened in her marriage. There was a first wife that her husband was really in love with, but she mysteriously vanished, and so then the second wife came into effect, and it's always been a contentious relationship. I think it's not been good, and so yeah, and maybe that's why Lee Hong-gi got kidnapped at age 8 in this Korean drama. They don't really go into it too much, so it's kind of a little bit of a mystery to me right now, but it kind of adds a little bit of a twist to this Korean drama, which is good, because so far it kind of is playing out to be very, telltale, cookie cutter Korean drama. The rich guy, the poor candy girl, although there's a twist because she's the doppelganger to the real fiance, but now she's gonna maybe enter into a contract doomed marriage. And then you have this half-brother who is maybe in love with his half-sister, but now falling for Durim. Then you've got Rumi, the evil second female lead who won't stop at anything to get her way. I think what I like about some of the other Korean dramas that I'm watching right now, the second lead females, they're not so evil. They're not so like single-mindedly going after the guy at all costs, blackmailing him to like her. They have a lot more depth of character. I think like Rumi's a little bit flat and two-dimensional, like just, I like you, Lee Hong-gi. It doesn't matter what you say, what you do. I'm gonna like you, and you better like me back, or I'm gonna make everybody's life a living hell. that's kind of her character, and I'm not really, buying it. Although she's a really cute girl, but just something about it, it's just too played out. And Lee Hong-gi, I think he's got some definite charm. I'm hoping he'll like loosen up and be more into his character, because he's still kind of like playing the uptight guy, and he's so uptight that I'm not really buying his character. And a strange twist at the end of episode 4, because Rumi doing the wicked, sinister thing that she's always doing, the frenemy thing, she's making Durim play the piano. So the real fiance, she can play the piano no problem, but Durim, because she was growing up as a poor candy girl, she doesn't know how to play the piano. But a twist of fate, something happens, and so the person who steps out to play the piano can play it flawlessly. So there's been a little bit of a switcheroo in the background. So I thought that was a really cool twist to this episode. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.